welcome back. So today's video, we're going to discuss 10 things that do not belong in a honey jar. I'm going to discuss the 10 different elements. I'm not going to break them down for each category because I believe that majority of you should know exactly the type of things that I'm discussing. And if you've been following me for 7 years, 8 years, and or working with me and dealing with me since I've been doing my magic. I've been doing magic for 18 years. A lot of you should be well informed, and if you've been watching majority of my videos, you know that I go into great detail discussing every single thing. So a lot of these things I've discussed already. A lot of them I discuss on my Patreon, and a lot of them I just talk about them randomly throughout Instagram, Facebook, and different social media outlets that I'm on. So there's no particular order at all. I'm just gonna browse through 10 different things that do not belong in honey jars. So make sure that you take notes, because I know for the majority of the first thing that I'm going to discuss, which is peppers, you've been doing that. So if you've been watching videos of other people, or you've been dealing with somebody that has told you to put peppers into a jar to spice things up, you are going to ruin yourself. Some of you, unfortunately, are going to learn the hard way. And some of you are going to ruin yourself and your relationships. And there's going to be nobody else but yourself to blame. So if you're going to get work done and you're going to bypass the reading, you should honestly let the worker know where you messed up. And let them know that you've been peppering up a man or a woman in attempts to keeping things spicy. Chili powders, ghost peppers, habaneros, no peppers at all will ever spice things up and give them a sweet heat. So no type of peppers can make your love heat up things, okay? You're going to destroy a relationship when you do that. And when you put peppers into honey, it is going to be the worst combination of things. It's not going to make him sweet and heated and hot for you by no means, okay? And when you do things like that, you're actually going to destroy you and that person. So you're going to end up having to reverse, uncross, cleanse, and it's going to be a harder time to restore things because you kind of put yourself in fire. And even though you placed it into honey, you're kind of hexing yourself and you're hexing your love. So that sweetness that you may once had, or they had once had for you, will now all be gone. So no peppers at all, okay? So if you've watched the video, if you've been making honey jars with hot peppers and ghost peppers inside of them, you are actually destroying things. And that's why that man is running from you. That's why that man no longer wants to be bothered with you. That's why that man or that woman has turned themselves against you to the point where they have no love for you. They have no emotions. You kind of turn them against you emotionally when you put peppers. And peppers will make you fight, hate. They'll make you feel like this person is bad for you. They're wrong for you. Every time you go around them, there's a fire between you and that person. Peppers create destructive energy. So do not use peppers. Number 2, valerian roots. By the smell of valerian roots, I would never understand why you guys, number 1, drink it. And number 2, why you even want to put it into honey at all. I enjoy making my valerian wash and mixing it into a jar to stop and block people. I'll probably do a small video on that to show you guys how to utilize that root. But honestly, valerian roots, they give the nastiest smell that I've smelled ever. They're good for destruction as well. And by no means should they ever touch honey. Devil dung, another disgusting smelling thing. And you guys still want to put this type of stuff in honey. Honey should be used for good things, to sweeten people to you, to bring them back, to reconcile, to help them reconsider certain energies. It can be used depending on the situation to influence, but honey isn't necessarily something you should be using in your influence jars. Okay? So I want you to really pay close attention to the type of things that maybe some of you are not putting this in your jar, but this is a lot of things that many people have been putting into their jars. And then, they come to me for a consultation and for work, and I have to help them to remove and uncross and break the hex and the jinxes that they basically put back onto themselves because they were misinformed by fake witches, fake practitioners, or just people that assume if you put heat and dark, dangerous, dirty things and things that will never ever go into a jar, that is going to really help change things. But it's really blocking you, and it's really cursing you, and it's really destroying you and bringing in that destruction. So be careful when you make jars. Be careful when you make a jar and you see that person kind of pull away from you. This is why I tell you sometimes it's important. Well, not sometimes, all the time it's important when you're doing work to make sure that you read that person. Do a 1-card flip, do a pendulum reading to make sure that honey is going to be able to help restore. Because honey, even if you have all the right ingredients in it, it doesn't help restore everybody. And I know a lot of you are trying to work things in 9 days in a honey jar. If you are not a well-seasoned person, a well-seasoned practitioner, root worker, spiritualist, and you don't have that heavy high magic, you're going to have to work that jar for a long time, longer than 9 days. You can't make somebody change something within 9 days if you do not hold that power. You got to have that power, that strength, that energy. You got to have your ancestors working with you. You got to be working with spirits, with saints, with the orishas. You're going to have to be pulling in every single amount of energy that you have, and 9 days of focus, of hard work, working to help change things in 9 days. So when I'm doing things for 9 days or 14 days, that is my main focus, nothing else. I don't let anything else come into my mind, into my space. That's what I'm focused on. 9 days, all day, like nonstop. That's what I'm doing. So if I'm going to work something for 3 hours straight, that's what I'm doing every single day. So I'll make the time and I'm doing it nonstop. For the majority of you, you'll put one candle on, or a chime or a tea light onto a honey jar, and you feel like you're changing the world, and you're not. A lot of times, you trying to sweeten an enemy to you will never work. They're your enemy for a reason. Or you trying to sweeten somebody that you automatically put them in, then you may realize, damn, they're turning against me. Because you may have the wrong things in there, or this person will never ever be sweet to you. So it's always good to look into your situation to see what's going on. The number 4 thing you don't want to have into a honey jar is demonic energy. The intranquil spirit cannot sit in a honey jar. It's not only is not going to change the intranquil spirit, but it's not going to change the person that you're putting into it. When you're working with an intranquil spirit, it keeps somebody restless, okay? And I don't know if I've broken it down to you. I've probably broken it down to you if you've been in my groups and stuff like that. But I never really do videos on intranquil spirit because I know and I see people that will want to take the information and use it in such a negative way. And you have to be careful with the intranquil spirit as well, because the intranquil spirit will sit in your house. When you call the intranquil spirit, you're bringing them into your home. And if you have kids, your kids are going to dream negative, bad things. You're going to get spiritual attacks as well when you're doing it, because a lot of you don't protect yourself. And you're going to keep a force inside your house that is going to be hard for you to get rid of. And majority of the times, you guys curse yourself when you do that, because you're bringing it in your home, asking it to go bother somebody, to keep somebody restless, to haunt somebody, to taunt somebody, to destroy somebody. And sometimes, depending on the type of spirit you're bringing in, because sometimes when you open a realm, many different types of forces come in. These forces come in and they bring in spiritual attacks to you and the person you're attempting to do it to. And then they take advantage of your body. And I know many of you know what I'm talking about when I say take advantage of your body. And it's a true story. It's true things that really happen when you hear people say the spirits have been doing things to them and doing demonic things to their body at nighttime. That is true. Those are true things that really, really happen. So when you hear somebody say, oh, there's something in my bed taking advantage of me, it's been doing this to me at night, it's doing this to my body, that is real. That is a true thing. You should believe that. Don't ever question somebody that's telling you that. Those are real things that happen. I know many, 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 many people that I've had to help remove demonic heavy forces outside of their bedrooms, out of their beds, that have been taking advantage of them. And it's a lot of hard work when you do that. You have to stay focused on that person for many, many weeks, many, many months, when they're spiritually being attacked in a different sense. Like, you could be attacked mentally, physically, emotionally, but when they're in your bed sexually taunting you, that is a different type of thing. So you guys need to be careful with what you're seeing and what people are telling you to do. They're telling you to do things that they don't even do. They're making things up. They're just going by the flow. They're just saying, oh, do this, to see how many are going to go and do stupid shit to their life spiritually. Those are demonic people. Because for you to go tell somebody, honestly, for you to tell somebody to put a demonic spirit and then put peppers and stuff to spice up stuff, knowing that it creates a negative force, and maybe they don't know because they're not real, they're fake people. They're fake practitioners. But either way, if they're not doing it for themselves, why would they tell y'all to do it? That's really some disgusting things to do, to tell people to do it. But if it don't feel right, don't do it. If it doesn't sit right in your soul when you think about it, do not do it. And or go get a reading and see what's going on. Number 5, sulfur. Sulfur doesn't belong anywhere near sweetness. Sulfur doesn't belong anywhere near sugar. Anything where you want to utilize and manifest something for the good, sulfur is a big no. Number 6, black salt. We discuss black salt all the time, right? And you should know that black salt is good for removing the forces of negativity, stopping people and removing them from your homes and stuff. It's not going to sweeten somebody. And then you're putting salt into honey. All of that whole combination right there is really, really off. I don't know sometimes what you guys think when you do certain things. But black salt that's off. Number 7 is feces. It is feces. It's not going to make things sweeter. It's not going to make them shitty and sweet together. No, it's just not a combination you want to do. Number 8 is vinegar. Be it clear, be it lemon, be it black. Any type of vinegar is not going to alter and change the situation if you combine honey. It's actually going to go with the negative forces and it's going to make things worse. So honey and vinegar is a huge no. Number 9, poppy seeds. Poppy seeds, you guys know about poppy seeds. They create a force of confusion. They will stop and block out certain things from happening. They're going to illuminate what you actually see versus what's really happening. Poppy seeds is a no, a big no, a big, big, big no. And number 10 of all the things that you guys will want to put in there, do not put lemons and honey, okay? Unless you're trying to make some lemonade, do not put honey mixed with your lemons. It's a souring element. You cannot use something sour to make something sweet, no matter what. And I don't want to hear no stories about this and about that and about you tried it and that. You shouldn't want to try it. You shouldn't want to do it. A positive with a negative. All of these things that I'm mentioning are negatives that you're trying to put with a positive, which is the honey. And I understand you guys have been working wrong, but that's what happens when you follow 900 people doing magic and 899 of them don't know shit of what they're saying. So, I mean, that's going to happen. And then a lot of times, majority of you are trying to do things to make things happen quick. If you've been following me for a long time, a lot of the videos that I post up here and put up here, once I give you a sense of, listen, do this, do this, do this. If you've been following me for a long time, you know a lot of stuff that I talk in the videos are in great detail. Me giving you that small information and that small tip is going to help align you in the right direction. When I post my 10, 20-minute videos, you guys skip through it. Majority of you don't, but there's a few of you that will come and skip through it, and then you're going to come and ask me later the same thing that I talked about, and I'm going to have no choice but to ignore you because I discussed that already, and I'm not a robot, so I'm not going to continue to discuss something, especially with an adult. The minute I put up a 17-second clip, some of you come in with questions. Why? It's 17 seconds. It was straight to the point. It told you exactly what to do. And if you've been watching me, like I said, for a long time, then you would know where to put the details. I give you a clue, then you should know how to use it. If I list 17 seconds telling you how to do something, 20 seconds, you either do it or you don't. It's either going to help you or it may not. Is it going to help somebody that you know or it won't? You either apply it or you don't. But other than that, when I post things up, if it doesn't really apply to me, if I've repeated it, if I said it over the years and out of the 300, 200 videos I have up here, then you're not watching. That means that I'm not wasting my time because I'm giving free spiritual information on what to do. And I see a lot of you sometimes wanting even more. If you want more, you can go to my shop. You can join my Patreon. You can follow my Instagram. You can follow my TikTok. You can go to Facebook. Wherever it is that I am, go there. Get more information. Find out. Buy the things that you need. But don't sit around and expect me to give you every single thing. I'm a spiritual worker. I'm a root worker. I'm a spiritualist. This is what I do for a living. So overall, when I'm giving you free information, and good, valuable knowledge on how to do something, you either follow it or you don't. You like it or you don't. That's just how it is in life with anything. But for some of you that are really thinking that you're spiritual and you're not, thinking that you're born witches and you're not, and it doesn't matter how much of your family has done this, it doesn't matter how many of your ancestors have done it. If it is not something that sits in your soul, you can't force it. You can't force magic. So a lot of people that y'all watching, they're fake. They can't even do a reading. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's how you know when you're dealing with somebody that's 100% legit. Those readings, those things that they start telling you, it sits with you. It connects with you so much that you're like, damn, how the fuck she know this? And those are the people that you want to stick close to. The people that really know their stuff. The people that have days, months, years of information. I could do a video every single day on everything just alone on my oils. And that's just oils alone. I have so many different types of categories at my shop. So just alone on my oils, I can make a video every single day. I can make 10 videos a day on the categories on my oils alone. Because I have that knowledge. That's in me. It's within my soul. That's something that y'all cannot take from me. Nobody could take that from me. And I take my time and I share it with you guys. So if it's something that I'm spitting in knowledge, either in 10 minutes or in 17 seconds, you either follow it or you don't. Many of you had a lot of questions on the vinegar jar. And that was a 17 or 20-second video. I told you exactly what to do. Still, you come with hundreds of questions. Why? I explained what to do. If you've been following me, you should know how to write a petition already. You should know exactly how to follow something. If it has came out of my mouth and I've told you what to do, follow the steps. It's that simple. I've given you 10 things to keep out of a honey jar. I am not going to go back and forth with anybody on why you should add it in if I just listed it and said, do not add it in your honey jar. Like, subscribe, and stay blessed, guys.